Good morning, folks. My name is Kendrick Celestine. Today in my video, I'm going to be talking about the American last slave living in the United States. And actually, I want to talk about this last American slave. His name is Sylvester Magee. I'm going to tell you a little bit of history about excuse me, Sylvester Magee. Sylvester Magee was born on May 29th, 1841, in the state of North Carolina. He was the slave. He was the parent. He was the slaves to the parents of Imperium and Jeanette. I can't know if I pronounced their names right, but I remember at age 19, he was sold down in the South of Enterprise, Mississippi, before the American Civil War. And later, he was sold to a slave owner by the slave marketing name Huey McGee. Also purchased him. And also later he was sold to another woman named her name was Miss Steen to the Steen plant. Originally he was from the JJ Shanks plantation in North Carolina, but he was sold down to McGee plantation and he was sold to Steen. Later he ran away and joined the Union Army at the age of 22. He had about 383 blacks and there were 500 whites who had to give him barrel rifle arms and then he also followed him. This is a little white boy who cried. He told him, "Don't worry." He comforted him, told him, "Lord will be with him, and you have not done nothing." But he continued to cry out anyway. And later he got wounded in the Battle of Vicksburg, Mississippi, and plus he was injured at the little hospital. I forgot. Okay, it was called. I don't know if it was called Columbia, Mississippi. He also later had like this thing going. It was later had like rewards, and also he was historic, and also on his 121st birthday, he the whole city announced him, his birthday. He also got a birthday card from Lyndon B. Johnson, and what was interesting about it, he died on October 15, 1838. No, he died October 15, 1971. So and he pretty lived a good long life, and I wanted to address this out. What got my attention about this, because I find it to be really interesting, but what really bothers me the most about it, why I never heard nothing about this man, like I was like in high school or none of that, like I pretty much found out who this man was on my own. To me, it really, really got me so irritated how history's been taken away from people like me, and have to find the answers on your own, not realizing how screwed up it is. Like if I would know it about him all them years ago, I wonder how my dictated future would have looked like. And I'm about to look at, because there's so many things like what I find out there. It really makes me like what I don't know about, and I'm really just I'm just scratching the surface. And how I know about this man, I've been knowing about this man about a year ago. I found him around, was like last year. It was on 2017, was in January. I discovered him, and I just like, and when I was reading a little article about him, and it was really interesting. And what makes me like, this man lived 130 years old. This man lived a life, and what's something, he lived to see the Civil War, like World War I, World War II, like Korean War, Vietnam, even the civil rights. This man lived. I mean, he lived to see a lot, to see all of this happening. I mean, all before the events happened. And what got my attention about this man, because like there's nothing much to be talked about him, but I wanted to talk about him because it was really interesting about this man, how he lived such a long life and see like all this stuff was happening. Plus, he was a veteran. He fought in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and he got sold in Enterprise, Mississippi. And that's what really gets my mind blowing about this man. Like, this man lived a long life and seen a lot of things. So anyway, folks, I just wanted to address this out about the last American slave. So anyway, like, dislike, share the video, see what you think. I will continue making more Leo in the future. Hope you folks have a wonderful day and things turn out good for you. But yeah, folks, I find it to be really interesting how things would just blow my mind, and just like how things would just be taken away and not even know it even exist. Like, Anyway, folks, check him out. See what you think. You know, do a little research about him. What's your view on him? All right. But from my experiences, it's just really just you don't even know it. All right, good folks. Peace.